What's going on, everybody? This is episode 713 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. And I want to talk about Coach Whit. Coach Whit was let go by Georgia Southern today. I think it was today or yesterday. I can't remember. But I want to thank him because he's been a true Georgia Southern Eagle through and through. He is an alum of the college, played for Georgia Southern. Also was the cornerbacks coach and interim coach, and also was the assistant head coach and cornerbacks coach in 2022 under Coach Clay Helton at Georgia Southern. And I just want to thank him because he helped bridge the gap with this whole situation with Georgia Southern, and everything's not going the way we want it to right now, but he's been around like forever. So, I mean, since the early 90s, so he's been around like forever. So I want to thank him and give him his flowers today. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I can be found on YouTube and Rumble. I am also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I can be found on X at VF Baller, and the website is firstandframerates.com. I don't want to take up too much time today because I can go round robin with this whole situation with Coach Whit. But I'm gonna give you some background about him. He was an assistant coach at Georgia Southern, and in 2021, he did step in for Coach Chad Lunsford when Coach Chad Lunsford was let go at Georgia Southern, and he basically tried his best to coach the team in the situation it was in. It wasn't the best situation. Also, Coach Clay Helton, when he came in, he kept him on for the next 2 seasons, which was a really good gesture for Coach Clay Helton. And to be honest with you, I feel in some cases they should have kept him. Our secondary really wasn't the problem at Georgia Southern, but I'm not really going to get into that right now because I don't know the entire details, but that's just my quick opinion. As far as his coaching career, he was at Redan High School as a defensive back coach. Also at North Springs High School, he was assistant head coach and defensive coordinator. He was the head coach of North Springs High School. Creekside High School, he was also a head coach from 2003 to 2008. At Stockbridge High School, he was the head coach from 2009 to 2018. Came back to Georgia Southern as a cornerback coach in 2019 to 2021. And he was basically that position outside of the time he was the interim head coach. He was basically that position coach up until now. Like I said, you look at the cornerbacks that we have. I mean, you look at Demel Hickman, you look at Tyrell Davis, you look at Williams, TJ Smith, all the other guys who came in. They played pretty well, all things considering. I don't think he was the issue. It could be more internal, so I don't really know. But we lost a good one. Everybody loved Coach Whit. Nothing but good things to say about him and everything under the umbrella. I would be remiss if I wouldn't say he did play on the practice squad with the New England Patriots in '92, and he also was in the CFL for the Toronto Argonauts and from '93 to '95. So I do apologize. I didn't put that in the proper order, but. Like I was saying, this is a tough one because I like Coach Whit. I've always liked him ever since he was with the team. I mean, you look back at 2019 and all the DBs that came through that actually made a difference. Look at the Kendall Vildors. You look at the Donald Rutledges, the Monquavius Brensons. You look at Kendrick Duncan. Like I said, I can't remember the other DB that plays for the Colts now. Oh, my goodness. He was with the Arizona Cardinals. I just forgot his name that quick. Please forgive me. I'm sorry about that. But you look at the other guys that we have now, the ones who end up transferring out, Derek Canteen, Wilson, I mean, we had so many good DBs under this guy's umbrella. And it's very unfortunate that he's not going to be with us anymore as far as being a Georgia Southern Eagle staff member. Now, he will always be an Eagle through and through. I mean, the guy, played for the team. I mean, he this is not going to go well with a lot of people, and I understand why. But it's a big change at Georgia Southern overall, and we still do have some Eagles through and through that's on the staff. But nevertheless, Coach Whit was one of the OGs. I think right now he's in his late 40s, early 50s. I can't remember, but he's up there. And as far as being entrenched with Georgia Southern all this time since the early 90s up until now, this has basically been his entire life. Even when he was at the high school level, he's been a Georgia Southern Eagle. Now, I went on the website and I noticed that they already took this stuff down off the Georgia Southern Eagles website, which is, it's kind of unfortunate when you really think about it. At the end of the day, it's really unfortunate because I never would have thought it would have been just like that. Like I said, it could be something way more internal that's been going on. Coach Whit has been nothing but a class act ever since he had to take on this situation. One of the last holdovers from Coach Chad Lunsford tenure, if not the last holdover. I think he done his job phenomenally well. And I think he was not, like I say, I don't think he was the issue of this team at all. I mean, you look at our cornerbacks and the way those guys played defensively, we've played fairly well, all things considering. And once again, I think the offense put these guys in a bad spot for them to, for them to continue to try to hold the line. You can't, I don't want to go down that whole situation where how the offense was this year. I mean, I'm not doing that, but nevertheless, it's about Coach Whit. And I don't know how much more I could say. Like I said, I didn't want to go round robin on this episode. I know this episode is going to be probably a little bit shorter than usual, but I want to thank Coach Kevin Whitley. I mean, you've been everything that I've been wanting to see out of a Georgia Southern player, team member. I mean, not even say team. As a team member of, not my team member, obviously, but as a player for Georgia Southern, a guy who's bled Georgia Southern through and through and been a class act this entire time, as a coach, as a mentor to the kids, mentor to the young men, and showing how to be a class act, even when all the turmoil that was going on, because he took on a very bad situation. I want you guys to understand, he took on a very bad situation, and he tried to make the most of it. Ended up going, 2-6 in that situation, but it was just really unfortunate. I mean, you can't blame all the losses on him on that season. I mean, that season was cooked. I mean, that season was pretty much cooked at the time, but nevertheless, hopefully that Coach Whitley falls on his feet, or maybe he's good enough where he can go back into the high school ranks. I think he'll be excellent for the kids in the high schools if he decides to come, back up to the Atlanta area. I think a team or a school will pick him up immediately. I think he'll be great for the high school kids, or he just may, just fall back and enjoy the rest of his days as a father, or I take it that he's a father, or just a family man. I don't want to go too far because I don't know too much about the guy's life, but you know what I mean. Cheers to you, Coach Kevin Whitley. Hopefully you your path or wherever you're going is a great one, and hopefully you have great success and health wherever you go. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think, man. What are your thoughts about Kevin Whitley? I don't know much about him. I just know that he was one of the solid ones that when it came to the coaching staff, that nobody has said nothing bad about him throughout this entire time I knew of him. And like I said, I think he'll be great if he decides to move back up to the Atlanta area and teach some of these high school kids how to be defensive backs. I mean, I think Eric Berry was one of his kids that he taught. You know what I mean? So you kind of know what type of guy that he is. I could be found on YouTube and Rumble, also on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I'm going to get up out of here. I got a lot to do. I'm going to be fairly busy within the next few weeks. I will fill you guys in on that down the road, but it's all good. It's all love. So it's all good things, all positive. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all take it easy and y'all be blessed. Peace.